Thank you for watching my video. I'm Stephanie Brown and I'm a recruiter currently based in Bermuda. And today I'm really excited to be able to share my screen with a senior project manager. Welcome, Wayne.
Oh, thanks, Stephanie. Happy to be here. And I'm really looking forward to this engagement. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm very excited that you agreed to join me today, so thank you. And I know that our conversations tend to go on and off on tangents, but we'll stick to the subject. And the idea today is that we find out all about what project management is from a experienced professional in this field. So let's get started then, Wayne. For people watching the video, can you explain for us in layman's terms what exactly is a project manager?
Well, let me answer that by offering you an analogy. A project manager would be to the construction of a house what an architect is to a contractor. The architect will show up with blueprints and design 3D CAD of what the house will look like when it's completed and will effectively have done all of the planning. Now, that's handed off to the contractor who looks at the plan and builds the house. The architect will oversee all the construction to ensure that all the phases are completed, that the quality is there, the layout, all the design features are met, and that before the keys are handed over to the homeowner, everything, all the contract obligations between the contractor and whoever's accepting the house, that they're all met. So essentially, a project manager is an architect to the construction of a house.
That's a great analogy. It definitely makes more sense. So, being a project manager, is that something that's transferable between the different industry sectors, would you say?
Yeah, it is because a project is usually a set of activities for a desired service or product. It is very portable. You can use project management to build a bridge or a skyscraper or install a system or change business processes. It's very portable, and it's a wonderful matrix and framework of 5 phases, 10 knowledge areas, 92 processes. Now, you don't necessarily use all of that, but any subset will help you achieve your goal and your outcomes in a measurable way. So yeah, that's project management.
I think that's really good for people to know because, if you do decide to commit into this profession, you can use it in any different industry. So that's definitely good, and especially in Bermuda, because sometimes people can get quite siloed in certain sectors. So I guess if you've decided you want to be a project manager and you have some experience, are there any designations out there that you would recommend people invest in as well?
There are several designations. I mean, you can get a master's in project management. The one that I'm most proud of is the one I possess, and I'm not talking out of self-interest, but Project Management Professional, the PMP, which is supported by the Project Management Institute, is a globally recognized certification. It's quite vigorous in terms of qualifying to even sit for the exam. And should you not have those qualifications, it then allows you to do a number of sub-programs, if you will, that will lead up to qualifying to sit for the PMP. It's well supported, it's globally recognized, it has a professional development feature, and you have to renew your certification every 2 years. So it's not something you acquire and then the sun sets on it. It's always current because you have to keep it current if you want to be a member of the PMI in good standing. So yeah, I'm very biased towards the PMP, but again, justifiably so.
Yeah, well, it definitely sounds like it's helped you as well, solidify your career and your professional status within this sector as well. So, I think you do see a lot on the employment adverts where they're asking for PMP. So that's really good that you've explained that today. So hopefully some of the viewers have got a better understanding now. I think another thing that I'd like to sort of ask is what you enjoy most about being a project manager, Wayne.
I think dealing with people, people are so varied, they're so challenging, they have various perspectives, they bring different values and principles and different interests to a project. And you have to understand that. And a lot of times, and projects can be very adverse, very difficult environments. And you have to harmonize different perspectives. For me, the greatest sense of accomplishment is when I meet someone who's very adverse to a project. And then in the end, they become very supportive and they actually promote you and what you're trying to achieve. So to win people over with good communication, good relationship skills, and to share what the objectives of a project is, and to have them support those objectives, that's a real sense of accomplishment for me. And that sense of accomplishment is usually it comes out and you deliver the project ahead of schedule, under budget, to everyone's satisfaction. You can't beat that feeling of accomplishment.
Oh, I can definitely see that's genuine because it's shining out of your face, and you're probably thinking of a few times when that's happened. That's been your reality. Can you give us an example of maybe a project that you took on that was a little bit tricky to start, but it was a positive outcome?
Yeah, I can actually. I once did a system definition for an executive, and he had a team in. He had spent 18 months, an enormous amount of money, and he was not satisfied with the outcomes to that point. He was very jaded, he was cynical, and really frustrated. So I was able to come show him a different methodology, short term goals, short term deliverables, inform him about the process every step of the way. So not only did we deliver it ahead of schedule and under budget, but at the end of that, I actually have a friend that I'm still connected with to this day. So that's something that really probably one of the highlights in my career, easily.
Oh, well, that sounds awesome. I think I'd probably be your new best friend if you'd saved me a ton of money as well. So let's move away from maybe the technical sides of you being a project manager. I'm going to finish up with a last question, which I like to ask candidates when I'm interviewing them. When you were at school, sort of growing up and thinking about what you were going to be, was project manager on that list of professions?
Hmm. No, not even close. Not even close. My last year of high school, I actually wanted to be a movie director. And I shared this with a teacher of mine, and I was summarily shut down in a very cynical way. And I just stepped away from the idea. A year later, I went off to university, and I actually studied business administration. Been very fortunate in a lot of ways, but if I had met someone who had said, Wayne, I really understand that vision. And in fact, here's what film school is about. Here's how you get into film school. Who knows, Stephanie? Maybe we might be talking about my first Oscar instead of a system definition for an executive.
Maybe, and maybe you'll still get to do maybe you'll win an Oscar from this video. Who knows? Well, it's been absolutely invaluable talking to you today about project management, Wayne. So thank you so much for taking the time to share with my viewers. I've really appreciated it. And as always, I love chatting with you. So thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. It was a pleasure to share a few thoughts. And yeah, it's always a pleasure. And it was great. I had a good time. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, if you've enjoyed listening to Wayne today talk about project management, then please do share within your network, and hopefully, together, we can help raise the awareness of the Bermuda employment opportunities. Thank you.